Hi, I'm Dominic Robertson. I'm a partner at Slaughter & May, specialising in tax law. I've worked here ever since I did a summer work experience scheme back in 2001, signed a training contract at that point, joined as a trainee in 2004, and have been a partner now for just over 8 years. The aim of this video is to help walk you through the interview process, demystify it so that you understand what's involved. You're coming in not worried about what it entails. We hope you find it useful. Most of our interviews will take place in our offices at 1 Bunhill Row in the City of London. The first part of your interview will be a written exercise. This will take 1 hour. It isn't something you can prepare for in advance, but don't be worried, you won't be required to have any legal knowledge to complete it. The exercise is usually based on a fictional business, which will have been running for a number of years and is now going through some form of strategic review. You'll be given copies of various different documents to look at, for example, an internal memo within the company. Your task will be to take all of the information from these, use that to write your own report, making recommendations to the management of the business as to how they should help take their company forward. You'll be set up on a laptop to type up your response, although you are able to handwrite your exercise if you prefer. After the written exercise, you'll be given 15 minutes to read a recent newspaper opinion article, which has been selected by the partners who are interviewing you. You'll be given some guidance notes with the article, which explain that what the partners are looking for in the interview will be for you to summarise the main points in the article, express your view on the issues raised by it, and then to put across and defend your point of view under questioning from the interviewing partners. You'll also, of course, be given a pad of paper and a pen to make sure you can take notes in the article and help you formulate your thoughts on it before the interview starts. After you've had time to read the article, you'll be taken through to one of our meeting rooms by a partner. At that point, the interview itself will start, and that will be with 2 of the firm's current partners. Following introductions, there's no set format to the interview. The things we will normally cover will, of course, include your CV, your background, your commercial awareness, and your motivations for applying to us. At some point in the interview, of course, we will talk about the article and have a debate with you about the points raised in the article. So before you come in for interview, make sure you've reminded yourself of the points you've included in your CV and your cover letter to us. You're very likely to be asked about those. Come into the interview having thought about some of the more obvious questions we might ask. Why do you want to be a lawyer? Why do you want to work in the city? Why do you want to work at Slaughter & May specifically? But also remember that there will be questions we ask which will be impossible to prepare for, which we're throwing in to try and get you to think on your feet. At the end of the interview, you'll have a chance to ask us any questions that you have. I would urge you to make the most of that opportunity and do think about those questions before you come in. It's a great way for you to learn more about the firm. As an interviewer, I also find it's a really good way to learn a bit more about that candidate individually, because that's the one part of the interview where you're completely in control. The partner interview normally lasts 45 minutes to an hour. Straight after that finishes, you'll be given a tour of the office by one of our current trainees. Do use that as an opportunity to ask them any questions you have about life as a trainee. They're obviously much closer to that than the partners are. So do pepper them with any questions you've got, particularly those you haven't been able to ask in the interview. The interview process then finishes with a short interview with a member of our trainee recruitment team. They'll ask you to reflect on your written exercise and how the partner interview went, and will also ask you a few further questions about your motivation for applying to the firm. It's also, of course, a great opportunity for you to ask any final questions you have about the firm or about the process and next steps. The whole interview process normally takes about 3 hours start to finish. You should normally expect us to be able to come back to you with a decision 2 to 3 weeks after the interview itself. What we talked about in this video, of course, describes our standard interview process. If you need adjustments to that process for any reason, we will, of course, accommodate them. Please do speak to our trainee recruitment team before the interview to help arrange that. Thank you.